and then Dark Stranger out wide. As they run to the second, Gower Slave takes off first. Folly Pleasant exit to Wave. Tango Royal, the grey, right up the inside. In the red jacket, Irby is prominent with Raya Lux, and it's time for a win. Dark Stranger on the outside. And then just in behind the leaders is Majidoo, won this race in 1999. Passero behind Majidoo as they run to the bottom turn. And Gower Slave often makes the running, 3 or 4 lengths ahead of Folly Pleasant, and exit to Wave and Irby. It's time for a win on the outside. Mr. Markham is the trailer at the moment in these preliminary stages as they make the bottom left-hand turn and on towards the 4th fence. They jump 15 in all in this Mildmay Of Flete Challenge Cup, 2.5 miles. It's as good as a Thomas Pink Gold Cup or a Triple Print Gold Cup. Gower Slave, the leader from Folly Pleasant. Irby, Raya Lux on the outside of these as they clear this next one. It's time for a win, nodded on landing. Lady Cricket, the favourite, towards the back at the moment. Blue headgear, blue and green jacket, white cap, held up. Rathborn Prince towards the inside is held up. Strong run also at the back with blowing wind, and Mr. Markham continues to be the back marker. On now towards the 6th fence with just over a circuit in front of them. And it's Gower Slave from Irby with Folly Pleasant on the inside in the maroon and light blue stripes of Jim Lewis, to be carried in the Gold Cup tomorrow by Best Mate. Rylux is wider out in red and white. It's time for a win. And Dark Stranger, who seems to be having a going day today at the moment. And a faller there was Lepicurian. Lepicurian is down at that. Roddy Green taking a fall. Roddy, who won earlier on Ilnamar. Lepicurian seems to be trotting sound enough. Roddy being attended to. They pass the stanza circuit to go. Gower Slave, Dark Stranger wide of It's Time for a Win and Irby, and then Rylux, and then Monty's Pass in behind these. Folly Pleasant the inside. Then Red Striker getting into the race now from exit to Wave, and then Strong Run. Passero Reminders, Rathborn Prince, Blowing Wind, Lady Cricket, then Majidoo. Out the back Tindarius with Gadzard, a long gap to Mr. Markham. Mr. Baxter Basics has been pulled up and dismounted quickly. Meanwhile, they jump the first in the back straight. The leaders sail over. Gower Slave is in front. Roddy Green is okay after that fall. And it's Gower Slave. It's time for a win, and Dark Stranger. Strong run on the outside in the sheepskin noseband red and yellow jacket as they clear the water jump. Lady Cricket improving now on the wide outside under McCoy. It's got into the race very quickly there. Right there on the near side is Folly Pleasant. It really hots up as they go towards this next open ditch, and there were 5 or 6 in a line there. Passero made a mistake. Red Strike has been pulled up before that open ditch. A disappointing run from him. Meanwhile, at the next plain fence, and it's time for a win with Gower Slave and Dark Stranger. Folly Pleasant on the near side. Out wide shielded is Lady Cricket, and then behind these the grey Tango Royal. Gadzart is getting into the race too, and then in behind Gadzart is Rathborn Prince. And then Strong Run, and Monty's Pass is also prominent as well. Blowing Wind just in behind the leaders. They race to the top of the hill now, and it's very competitive up front with Folly Pleasant on the inside of It's Time for a Win. Lady Cricket is moving up out wide. There's a response from the crowd. It may have to do with that move from Tony McCoy as they reach the top of the hill. Lady Cricket gallops to the lead now from It's Time for a Win. Folly Pleasant, Tango Royal, Strong Run with a strong run out wide. Then Monty's Pass. They're clear of Rathborn Prince. Gower Slave backpedaling now. This is the third last fence, and it's the mare Lady Cricket for Martin Piper, Tony McCoy. She puts in a safe jump there from It's Time for a Win. Strong Run on the outside. Then the grey Tango Royal. Rathborn Prince, Folly Pleasant feeling the pinch. Blowing Wind is next. This is the second last fence they're coming to in the Mildmay Of Flete, and Lady Cricket met it spot on under the champion jockey with Strong Run. Rylux was down there when beat. They're on the run for home now. Lady Cricket, Tango Royal though is nipping up the inside. Then Strong Run in behind. As they swing the final corner, Lady Cricket comes a bit wide. Tango Royal, Strong Run, Blowing Wind is coming home strongly in behind them, and then It's Time for a Win. Here's the final fence. Can Lady Cricket hold on? She lands about a length ahead of Strong Run. Then Blowing Wind on the outside. It's Time for a Win. Lady Cricket is flat to the boards in front, but she's holding on. Blowing Wind thrusting home down the outside. Lady Cricket is hauled back by stable companion Blowing Wind. from Lady Cricket. She just didn't quite last home. In third, it's time for a win. Then Strong Run in fourth. Monty's Pass and Rathborne Prince. Then Tango Royal, Exit to Wave and Folly Pleasant. Behind Folly Pleasant, then Tindarius and Majadu and Irby and Dark Stranger. Long break then to Gadzart and Mr. Markham. Well, Blowing Wind has wrested this Mildmay of Flete Challenge Cup in the dying strides at 25-1 here. Won the county hurdle back in 1998, ran well in the Grand National 12 months ago, and is on course to run at Aintree again. All smiles, Ruby Walsh there in the colours of Peter Deal. Of course, won a champion hurdle here a few years ago with Make a Stand, and another win for Martin Pipe, an up and down day for Martin Pipe. But he's saddled the first and second here, but I think Blowing Wind may have rescued the bookmakers on this occasion, because Lady Cricket was a heavily backed favourite. We'll hear from Mac shortly, but Lady Cricket was strongly supported. There was a big roar when she struck the front going down towards the third last, and she looked like winning halfway up the running, but she just couldn't last home despite McCoy's strength from the saddle, and she was nailed in the last few strides.